Hey guys, how you doing? Common Man 91 here with you today, and right now I have the Sig SP 2022. This particular one is chambered in 9mm. I believe they come in 40 Smith & Wesson and maybe 357 Sig. I'm not quite sure. I'm just going to give you a basic run through. I did not go to the website, get all the specs. This is just going to give you my opinion and what I've noticed with this gun. Alright, we'll go ahead and get started. We'll start with ergonomics on this gun. It is very, very good fit for the hand. I have really large hands, but even to a smaller shooter, this gun's going to be alright. It has some very aggressive stippling. If you're one of those who like to put skateboard tape or the Talon grips on there, you most likely won't have to do it with this gun. It has a really nice magazine release. It's really positive. You don't accidentally hit it. It's a little bit different than some SIGs you're going to see. You have a dedicated hammer drop. Very nice. It's a little more modern looking than some of the SIGs you're going to see. And the main thing with this gun compared to other SIGs is that it has a polymer frame. Now a lot of people may not like this, with this being a SIG, a double action, single action. They're like, well, why not go ahead and get the 226? Well, that's because this gun is lighter and it's about half the price with amazing reliability. I shot about 300 rounds to this gun yesterday, and it wasn't great ammunition. It was reloads, some Blazer steel, not terrible ammunition, but not great. And it fed every single time. Didn't have a failure to feed, failure to fire, failure to eject, nothing along the lines of that. I was really impressed with it, especially the accuracy. Compared to some of the reviews I've heard on this trigger, a lot of people do not like it. Dry firing, I didn't like it. Whenever I went out to the range, I loved it. I mean, I didn't notice how long it was, how spongy it was. It was just, whenever you're out there and you have your sights on a target, it works really nice. I'm going to show you that I am unloaded. And I'm going to show you the trigger pulls to some extent. Now, this gun is broken in, especially after yesterday. You notice you got a ways to go there. And it's not incredibly heavy. I'd say it's 8 to 10 pounds, nothing drastic at all. Right about where you'd want your double action trigger to be. Now, single action is not bad. You do have a little bit of take up, you can see right there. Got a little bit of play. And if you notice, you're going a ways back there, and then your reset is kind of long right there. Very audible click, which I like. I really liked it out on the range. Takedown for this gun is very simple, but not going to be as easy as your Glocks, your other SIGs especially, your XDs, which have almost the same exact takedown as a SIG. If you notice, you have a little piece of metal sticking out there. That's there for a reason. We'll get to that later. You have a little metal bar, which is your slide release. Now you're going to do this similar to a 1911. You're going to line up your slide release with this little hole right here. It's kind of difficult for me to do this in this position, so I'm going to break it down and then show you. Gun is broken down, and this is that bar that you're seeing in there. From what I understand, the reason this has a takedown similar to this is because this bar is going to take the brunt of the recoil instead of dispersing it all the way through the polymer frame. This is a longevity reason, from what I understand. They did this so your polymer frame isn't just taking all the recoil continuously. I'm pretty sure that it could, because it seems to be pretty high quality, but why not be extra careful? Here is your guide rod and spring. If you notice, it's really easy to shoot off there. Lucky I caught that. Alright, you do have a polymer guide rod. A lot of people dislike that. I'm indifferent. Doesn't affect me one way or the other. function fine. And there's your spring. It is not captured, as you notice from me shooting it out of the gun. And here's your barrel. Once again, similar to a 1911 barrel, actually. I don't have my cameraman here, so you're having to put up with my terrible camera angle. I hope you don't mind. I'll go ahead and reassemble this for you. Then we get to talking a little bit on what this gun reminds me of compared to another gun. And it might surprise you. If you know about that other gun, it might not. Alright, there we go. One thing I should tell you, if you're thinking about getting this gun, whenever you are reassembling it, go ahead and move your slide back a little bit. Place the slide release in there, and then pop it in there. If you don't do that, you're going to take the barrel back with you, and it kind of puts you in a bind. It's just easier to do it that way. Now, so that other gun, this is unlocked. And some of you might know what this is, some of you might not. This is a H&K USP. This particular one's in 45. Just drop the hammer there. And it's an expensive gun. I think MSRP is like around 1,100, something like that. It is a polymer frame. Very similar to the 226. Kind of show you there. 226 is a little more modern looking. Both of them are nice guns, by the way. One's just a whole lot cheaper. But what reminded me of this is the takedown. It has almost the exact takedown as the Sig. I don't know if the Sig is functionally different in a way that I'm unaware of, or if they just took it from H&K. Either way, it works really well. I'll take this down. The Sig might actually be a little bit easier, especially whenever you're popping this slide release out. Because this one you pop out and you still got a ways. Sometimes you have to get like a piece of brass and pop it out or something. But the breakdown is very similar. Internally, they're kind of alike, but not really. I'll go ahead and put this together, and then I'll tell you what else. This is a double action, single action also. Reassembly is a little bit easier on this. Now, you would think with the price difference, I would prefer this gun. Just take price out of the equation. You would think that this gun would have a better ergonomics trigger, which this one does have really good. But the trigger on this gun is really heavy, especially in double action. Now you don't have as far to travel. And the reset may be right about the same, but I prefer this Glock trigger, excuse me, this Sig trigger any day. We'll get that one out of the way. We're not talking about that gun. We're talking about this one. Now, overall, I would definitely recommend this gun to anyone. Even if you've got so much money you don't know what to do, I'd recommend getting this gun. Even if not for the price, just because it's a lighter Sig, it functions the same. The accuracy has been phenomenal for me, just phenomenal. I was completely impressed whenever I took this to the range. That's about all I have to say about this gun. If you have any questions, feel free to comment, let me know. Please like and subscribe. Y'all have a good day.